I have a Donner DDP like digital piano. It's the 100 series, and for the most part, it's a pretty good digital piano that emulates an analog piano. The one thing that I do not like is the way the action is on the black keys, primarily the lower black keys. They tend to bounce when you hit them, and I will show you what the hammers look like inside. If you can see, and I'll arrest it. I don't know if you can notice that they kind of bounce up and down a little bit. The white key is pretty solid. White keys, if there is a bounce, you don't get a double hit. The problem with the bounce, sometimes when you're playing a note, when there's a double bounce, the piano thinks that you hit it again, but at a much lower volume, so the note cuts out. You can hear that bounce right there. You hear when it bounced the second or third time, the note just cut out. And when I'm playing a song, sometimes the note just flattens out and dies. So to correct this, I'm adding a small piece of like window insulation, this stuff that you're all familiar with to cut out drafts in your windows. They have different types. Like this here, let's see if I can focus. Some of it compresses super easy, such as this white one. I'm not using something that compresses that easy. I'm kind of using something intermediate. It's 3/8 wide by 3/16 of an inch thick. And I'm not using the harder to compress stuff. This is kind of like intermediate. I wish I had the original packaging, but I don't. Let me put the light in, turn on the light, see if you can see it better. And the object of the game is to, when the hammer comes up, you want the foam to be in that little nook at the bottom of the hammer. And that little piece of foam will deaden the hammer a little bit, keep it from oscillating. This one doesn't have it. You see how it's bouncing? So it's a quick fix if you're noticing that when you play the black notes, they bounce around and cut off the notes. Just add a little bit of foam right there. What I would suggest is cleaning it with alcohol first, just to get off any oils from the factory. One other thing about the Donner, when it arrived, quite a few of the keys were halfway down, like this. Keys were kind of broken, so I have another video that I will put a link on that shows how to repair that. Basically, some of these hammers got out of whack, and I'll show you an easy way to put the hammers back into the correct location. All right, I hope that helps somebody. To take the top off of the Donner piano to access all the hammers, there are 5 bolts along the back of the piano, and they just have like a standard Phillips head on there. Let's see if I can focus that. It's just a plain old Phillips bolt. Use a Phillips screwdriver. There's the top just sitting on my table. And the way it works, you take off the 5 bolts from the back. The top will slide forward a little bit, and then you lift it up. And you may want to have 2 people do it so you don't scratch your piano. But it has some weight to it. Definitely has weight, since it's all that MDF or high density material. But I just wanted to show how to remove the top. Also, when you remove the top, make sure you have it in the open position, not closed, covering the keys. You have it open, and then take off the bolts in the back and slide it forward and up. Okay, I'm going to attempt to do one of these installations. I'm going to try to film it, and it's always tricky, but this hammer already has the foam deadening. This one does not. This one does not. This already has it. So let's try this one. I'm going to put the foam. This is the sticky side. This isn't sticky. This is the sticky side. I'm going to put it down. There's a little notch. I don't know if you can see it in the filming. There's a little notch there. I'm going to make sure the hammer is all the way pressed down, the keys all pressed down. When you press on the key, you don't want to be riding up on the rubbery foam, so kind of lift it up a little bit. That's not too bad. It's going to be a little trial and error, but that's the basic idea. You can see that the tooth is, that foam is going right inside the tooth. I like that position, so I'm just going to kind of press it down, kind of lock it in. But you can already see it's not bouncing as much. So let's try this next one. Just had to peel off the sticker first. Just peel the sticker. Actually, the sticker is on the non-sticky side for some reason, but this is the sticky side. So let's try this. Kind of generally place it, press hard on the key so you can see it's riding up too much. What you don't want to do is put the foam too low, because then you will lose your soft play. Ride it up a little bit more, right about there. That's good enough. Good enough. This one isn't done. So you get the idea. All right, good luck, guys. Alrighty, this is the last part of the video. I decided to do all of the black keys simply because I love the way it feels. It not only is it removing the false triggers, but it keeps the it keeps the keys from bouncing around. It's like a nice dead feel now. So let me just try to play something. It doesn't make you a better piano player, that's for sure. But the feel is so much better. I was never able to play that before. I mean, I could play the song barely, but when I would be hitting these notes, they would be doing like a double hit, so the notes were like chopping off. But now, it's just fantastic. Let's try that one more time. Sorry, Philip Glass, I really screwed up your song, but anyway, the piano is working much better. You won't be able to sound like Terry Miles, but it's a whole lot better. All right, guys, thanks for watching and good luck.